I wasn't exactly expecting to be here today. I was just kind of trying to get this out of my system last night, and now we're 3-0 in a league, so we're playing it today. I just been thinking about this for a little bit. Like, one, Chthonian Nightmare is a pretty powerful card that was something we were having success with towards the beginning of the Image 3 era, and then they banned Grief. And then the Nightmare stuff got way worse because, like, Grief was just, like, kind of the main card you would pair with it. But I was thinking, that specifically Magmatic Hellkite was a card that I have liked when I've played it. I've been having a hard time finding like the best shell for it, maybe, but I have liked this card when I've registered it. And playing it with Nightmare sounds really nice to like flicker the Hellkite, effectively attack with it, sack it, replay it, and like tap out a bunch of your opponent's lands and just untap and kill them. Obviously, Seasoned Pyromancer is a great tool for these decks, but also another thing is that I've been really wanting to play an Arena of Glory Graveyard Trespasser deck. The ability to Arena of Glory Graveyard Trespasser is something I've just wanted to do for a while, and just none of our shells have like really worked out for it. And then I was kind of scrolling through cards, and I just remember, Flametongue, because I needed another good like 2-drop to Nightmare. I'm like, Yearling seems kind of good in the format. It is maybe somewhat hit or miss, but just like when it comes down and kills like in a Johnny, kills a Guide, Pride, Slickshot Show Off, Dragon Rage's Channeler, whatever. It's pretty good and a nice flicker target. You could discard it to the Spyro if it's dead. Although I do think I want to go play one less Yearling when we play our second league. The matches I've played so far have been really weird. I played against like the Grixis control deck. I played against Boros Energy and I stomped them. And I think this is one thing that's pretty interesting about like Rakdos, Mono Black, Black White, is you could just build the deck to where it stomps Boros, which is something that like I think is a really underrated part of this modern format. It used to be you could just not play a Thoughtseize deck and be good against Boros. You can play Thoughtseize decks that are great against Boros, which is very weird to me, but just like between Mono Black Eldrazi, the Black White Ketcherboss Rock deck, this deck, it's like you just can be very good against it. My Boros opponent last night actually said, "Bro, did you build this deck to be good against mine?" Which I thought was a good review. Now, Kolaghan's Command. Corey Burkhart was playing a couple copies of this card in Indianapolis last weekend, and I was missing a few spots. And I'm like, you know what? We have a lot of good creatures to return. We need answers to Steel Cutter. Let me just main deck a couple copies. It was great. Kolaghan's Command was great the whole time. That's not something I necessarily expected to say, but I was really impressed with the card yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to main deck 2 still. Like, it's still kind of a lot of 3-drops, but no, I was pretty into it. So we'll see if our run good here continues. I'm currently 3-0 in a league. Let's get a trophy command going, a trophy prediction going. What K command is it? Like it can kill a token and the Steel Cutter, or like do 2 things, so you're not just buried in the card advantage. For whatever that's worth. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of nice artifacts to snag. But like this the last 7 days of Modern have just been so good again. I don't know if this is people like just kind of coming back for Final Fantasy or if it's like good metagame changes, but I'm having a great time. Why do I feel like I'm about to get Path exiled? Yeah, this is something people are doing now. It ain't right, I tell ya. Stop it. We used to be a civilized society. All right, we'll play a Nightmare here. A Hellkite deck. We played a few Hellkite decks. Hellkite's a little underplayed, I think. A little bit. Gold League brought some freshness. Maybe. This is a regular league. The gold leagues have like very few players compared to the regular leagues. It's like 1,400 here. It's like 200 in the regular ones. So I haven't really been playing them even. You have a reprieve? Do you have a reprieve? Seems like I could graveyard this and then reanimate it with the Nightmare next turn. That's okay, we'll start playing this game later. I'm going to play out a second Nightmare, I think. Just have the extra reanimate available. Is Mardu Energy underplayed? Nightmare could be good again, thanks to Access. And Access Thoughtseize's first couple seems nice. Yeah, some people do play Mardu. Mardu's certainly okay. Yes, this is a value Nightmare deck. Although I would say all Chthonian Nightmare decks are value. I've never. Oh no, we get Rakdos, guys. Maybe that's okay. That looks kind of okay. Okay, return creature. You discard a card. Discard another copy of Wrath. Panda with these 60 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I think the modern GP not having Boros, Prowess, Neoform do well was probably a good thing for the format. I agree with that. I think that's an excellent way to put it too. All right, nice Flametongue target. They're going to go down to 3 cards here. They discard another copy of Field of Ruin. They haven't played their land yet. And they don't play their land. That's kind of interesting. So let's play a Flametongue. Do I want to play the Trawler or the Spyro? I think I'm just wanting to get as much value out of my cards as possible. And also, like, there's a good chance they have a Wrath. So, there's a good chance they have a Wrath. So, like, I definitely want to have the Spyro still in my hand if that's the case. What's the benefits of Rakdos value over Orzhov Blink? All these red cards we get to play. Okay, I do still have at least one more basic in the deck. 2 still, wow. So I can only attack with my 3/3 right now. Alright, draw 2. Your turn. They have another Wrath. It's not the most ideal. They'll probably snap attack if they have one. So every second that passes, it's less likely they have a Wrath. It's good news. Yeah, the second 2/2 first striker, locking things down. Hopefully we can draw another one of these Flametongues, maybe? I'm going to go down to 7. Ephemerate Karn March is not a great stack of cards to see. Guess I have to take the double Stone Rain. If I Thoughtseize again, I go down to 5 life. Don't love that. If I sit with everything, they block here, block here. They take 7. Then they go down to 10. Then I Bowmaster them down to 9. And I have lethal on the crackback, but not if they play March. Okay, if they... Yeah, I think I have to send in. Yeah, I did a lot of shocking because of all their fields, which caused my life total to be pretty low. So they drew Demolition Field for turn. Oh, I guess... Sorry, I guess I just should have Thoughtseized the March, huh? They grab a Portable Hole. They attack with both, which I think is probably right. I am going to target them. Just see what we draw. We draw a Flametongue, so this is going to allow me to kill a Phantom. Cast it with Multi-Kicker. It's going to allow me to kill a Phantom and not die next turn. I love that part of this equation. Let's also kill the Karn. And hit them for 3. K-Command or K-Command. We're playing K-Command in this one. I think it was a legitimate question about mid-range value decks. I would agree that it was a legitimate question, but the black-white versus Rakdos, I don't know. I don't have to answer every question. As a new brew, I'm 3-0 with it. I think it's interesting. I just didn't think there was a lot to go into as to the difference between this deck and Ketchermos. Okay, so they can't make a token and March. But the answer, of course, is going to be the red cards. This list is like 30 cards different, and I don't know. I don't know that this deck is better than Ketchermos. Okay, block here, die exactly. Let's go. You know, we're always exploring the new ideas, like the idea of like flickering Seasoned Pyromancer and and Hellkite with Chthonian Nightmare and Flametongue Yearling like, against Boros, and access to Ragavan is really good right now. It's like the answer is of course the 30 different red cards we're playing from Orzhov. Did you consider Den? I think with Arena of Glory, you just want to play that instead of Den. Now I guess I've kind of stunlocked myself, but you just don't have to. You know, I should have maybe been more clear that I just didn't really want to get too deep on the differences in round one here. Okay, so we're bringing in the Break the Ices. I think I'm bringing in 3rd K commands. Seem pretty good. The Trespasser seemed pretty good too. I think I want to cut all of the copies of Galvanic Discharge. Like Yearling just seems like it kills everything besides Karn. And we have the K command for the Karn stuff. The Break the Ices seem pretty good. Don't know if I want 4 Hellkites. They have so many basics. Could play Needle for Karn. They only have 2 copies though. Okay, does look up there. That's true. I'm just gonna trim 1. That is what's really nice about Hellkite is that it's still a 4-mana 4/5 flyer. You know what I mean? It's just big and beefy. I love having no basics in my opener in this matchup. They mulligan to 6 on the play. Let's keep. Do you think there are any current decks that could take advantage of Saga Blood Moon Synergy with Real Change? The Monument to Endurance deck that we were playing a lot pre-Dragonstorm. Oh, it's maintenance today. Okay, well, we may have a short stream on our hands, unfortunately. But I guess this could work out really well, where I'm 3-0 in a league. maybe we're just finishing this today. Hopefully we can just get into a league, finish the league match after this. I didn't know it was maintenance. I thought we had maintenance like 2 weeks ago. Dark Souls, yeah, I might do something else. If I had known, maybe I would have downloaded Elden Ring, probably the new one. I did consider Touch the Spirit Realm. I'm not a huge fan of that card, but it's one you can play, yeah. New set's coming. Yeah, but I thought that they did the new set maintenance like 2 weeks ago. I guess I'm probably wrong about that, obviously. Would I try Witcher 4? I didn't like The Witcher 3 very much. Like, the combat system, like, the world was cool, the acting was cool, like, there's a lot I did like about it, but the combat system I thought was just not very interesting. So I stopped playing. I watched some of the Witcher show, and then they got pretty bad. But I would maybe watch or sorry, play the fourth game. Start the Night Rain download now. Maybe. Let me just think for a second. So I don't know who to play with. Final Fantasy Brewing and Theory Crafting. I tend to like to do that stuff off streams. That way, like, the first day is pretty hype. But we could do that. If they have an Ephemerate, it's really, really bad. But I'm going to fire off this K command. You know, we did have like an 8-hour stream on Monday. If we have a short stream today, it's not the worst. But Night Rain does sound kind of like the funnest to me. But it just may be a pain getting that all set up. Okay, they don't have the Ephemerate, it looks like. You can play Night Rain solo. Yeah, that's kind of my intention, is that I would try Night Rain solo. I think that's what I want to try to do today. But let's just see how this goes. I think I could try to get it downloaded. Maybe the maintenance today is about the Saga Rule change. Maybe. I think I just am wrong that they already had their maintenance. All right, let me know if the deluxe edition's worth getting. The first comment I see that says yes or no. It's probably just not worth it. Why didn't haste there? It's a good question. Maybe we should... Batterskull got discarded? Dude, Batterskull, K-Commit, Path to Exile. We're so back. Yeah, maybe we should have hasted. I was thinking that I wanted to also go Spyro Bowmaster this next turn. Gotta get Super Deluxe. Cool. Yeah, I feel like for the most part they're a scam. Like, I have gotten them a couple times for games, and I'm like... I don't know that I've ever felt like it was worth it. We're not really going to be able to use this, are we? I would have to discard the Bowmasters. I think I just graveyard it. Okay, so we'll save the Arena Glory from the fields. We'll attack with both of our creatures. I think just this Bowmaster. Go Bowmaster. Oh no, no! Now I have to discard my. Well, I guess I don't have to. Just Kroxa. Oh, they do have this relic too. Okay, let's just Kroxa one of the last two cards here, and then if they pop the Bowmaster, then we get the relic. We get to Bowmaster the Skyclave. Does anybody know the last 4 digits of my credit card? What's the sauce of Flametongue Yearling? Card's just kind of good against a lot of decks in the format. Just it's a nice 2-for-1. My opponent played a Johnny yesterday, and I played a Flametongue Yearling, and I'm like, oh, I should have been doing this. I should have had this a while ago. I was like, huh. Probably should have figured that one out a while ago. So they marched my token. I'm gonna block out Orc. Take 4. Sure. If they pop the relic, I feel like I'm targeting them to play around a Wrath. Okay, Elden Ring Night Rain is downloading, so hopefully we'll play that after maintenance starts. Do some solos. So I feel like I want to haste this Trespasser next turn. No, I've been really wanting to do it solo. So league entry ends in like 20 minutes. So this might just be a perfect day where we trophy this league and then we night ring for a few hours and then I just go lift weights and write books all day. The perfect day. Okay, Ephemerate an interesting card here. So I imagine they get rid of my Ragavan. They take 2 life going down to 4. Play with Hitachi. I've been just wanting to double Q. But okay, if I find it too hard and I become a big baby, then I might ask for some help. Alright, so they get rid of my Spyro. They're not quite dead on board. Then they Wrath to clear the tokens. If they have nothing, my Trespasser kills them. Or Trespasser plus the Bowmaster attack kills them. Yeah, Path to Exile doesn't get rid of the Trespasser, so I'm okay to graveyard the Thoughtseize. It's kind of an interesting draw. Don't see any reason to go for this main phase 1, I guess. I thought you couldn't play solo. I've been watching Dino play solo, so unless it's like a mod, you should be able to. You can play solo offline. Okay, I guess. Hopefully you can. I mean, I've seen other people stream it, so surely we could figure it out. Okay, we're 4-0. We're 4-0. We got 2 K commands in our main deck, another one on the side. We've got 4 main deck Flametongue Yearlings. We've got Magmatic Hellkites. It's just been feeling like a pretty good build. Is the Trespasser just mini Flage? Well, it's kind of the anti-Flage to some extent. Last seen 18 days ago on Eldrazi Tron. Hopefully that's not what they're on. They mulled into 6. Just give me Boros. Why not Trex versus 33? I have finished the game. Well, I still have like side stuff to do, but I've beaten the game with Esther off stream. Great game. There's a whole segment about that game in this YouTube video. Yeah, Alicia who laughs at fate. That's true. It's a card I always meant to try, and then I never got around to it because it's just like goes to the energy shell mostly. But yeah, I do agree. Could be good in this deck. All right, we'll take it. Should have plenty of Flametongue targets. Obviously, you also kind of want to be able to Bowmaster the Channeler, but on the draw, we just kind of have to not fall too far behind. So they plot a show-off. Maybe I should have played this to get basic mountains so I could go Yearling plus tap land next turn. So if they play a Preordain, I can bow this boy down. Yeah, we're 4-0 right now. The record tracker always gets broken when you start a stream mid-league. So we'll see if they dart the Bowmaster since there's a bobble trigger on the stack. They probably shouldn't. Is there any world where I can do exactly 1 more damage and play around mutagenic growth? I don't really see that happening, so I'll target them. Now we can play around the growth. That's a tough one. So I'm at 6 life after this Thoughtseize resolves. 5 life after the fetch. And so if I take the Steel Cutter, I could effectively be at 1 with this Trespasser around to stabilize me. Let's take the Bolt. I was counting the Dart. So yeah, Bolt plus Dart would put me to 1. I just didn't say that part out loud. You know, when I was in high school, my English teacher, she'd always say that I when I'm like talking about my analyses, I would always skip a part. I would always just like I would kind of just skip something, assuming that it just goes without saying, but I need to say it. I've been reflecting on that some lately, and I feel like it's still true to this day on stream. So they do have the Dart if they didn't top deck anything. Yeah, I agree that Kavu seems like it's been an underplayed card. Pretty nice card. So they target the Yearling. If they have another spell, they do get to trample over my Orc army. I'm going to block. How come you remember high school when it was 40 years ago? I don't know. I like lived this life, and I have memories of my experiences. Weird, right? They put a Swift Spear in the graveyard. This Lancer control matchup. The K commands really help. I think I'm just not cracking this fetch. How is this different from past Nightmare builds you've done? Well, I was looking, honestly, it's been a long time since we've done a Nightmare build. The last one was like 3 months ago, and it was like a blue-black Oculus version. But the big thing is, like, I've been wanting to do Nightmare Hellkite since Hellkite came out, and so I've just kind of finally got around to it off stream, and then I added Yearling, which I haven't played this card in a long, long time, and we got K commands. I don't know, this build's pretty out there, but it's going pretty well, too. We are up a game. We are 1 game win away from our trophy with our first league with this with this deck. Pretty crazy. I think I want the third K command also. I want to cut all the monkeys. I think I want to go down a Nightmare, down a Hellkite. Jailer's also kind of good. Jailer stops Lava Dart Flashback, the iteration card, and it's an 0/4. It does stop my Kroxa. And my Nightmares. Okay, maybe not then. Yeah, we're not playing looting because we don't have enough to discard for value. I definitely wanted to get it in there, though. And these are big blockers, too. So obviously the Hellkite ones. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 matches. It was good yesterday. I promise. Well, it's kind of hard to mulligan like Thoughtseize into Edict in this matchup. The rest of the hand's not great. If you could name one pre-modern card, era card that become Modern League, what would it be? Innocent Blood. Okay, gotta be able to Thoughtseize a Steel Cutter. Jailer is for Storm and Cascade decks, and Dredge just so good against so many decks. Alright, Jailer doesn't stop Kroxa. I think I need to take the creature since we're like going to be kind of slow here. They find the land, which I am scared about. Well, that was the best draw possible. I'll do this, I guess. Gonna take a big hit. We need to draw a red source. And if we do, we're in pretty solid shape. And if we don't, we're gonna die. Oh wait, does Jailer stop the plotted show off? It does, doesn't it? Oh, non-creature spells from Graveyard to Exile. Jailer's so confusing. Party coverage was not wrong. There's a wizard here. Fulminator plus Hellkite plus Nightmare. Yeah, we've done Fulminator Nightmare before. I guess Hellkite is it's just a 4/5 flyer. You know, stays in play, blocks really well. It's the ETB instead of a sacrifice ability is also a really big deal. All right, 1 top, 1 bottom. Uh-oh. So their hand is Preordained, Unholy Heat, Mystery card. If I draw the red source and I can go K-Command, kill this, make you discard a card, we might be in good shape. Game 3? Maybe should have mulliganed. I think it's also kind of tough to mulligan in this matchup. On the play. All the marbles. This is for the trophy. We have to mulligan our 1-lander. Keeping this. Not be attending the theater today. Hopefully they have a Swift Spear. I play Ragavan on the play. What would you cut for it? Or some Hellkites, maybe? I feel like Sludgeshot was a design mistake. I personally love Prowess being a really popular modern deck again. I think it's healthy for the format. Big fan. You cut Thoughtseize? You can't cut Thoughtseizes against the Steel Cutter deck, but it's just like... Steel Cutter's too good against you. Yeah, we love dying on turn 3. Dying on turn 3 to creatures is so much better than dying on turn 3 to combo. It's like it promotes a much healthier modern format. It's like it just allows like interactive games that are back and forth. They care about like good sequencing and playing around cards. It's like it's I think it's way better than like mulligan to your sideboard card against the turn 3 deck, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna graveyard this. Alright, gotta play around this Steel Cutter. See? Except when Boris can kill you in turn 3. Yeah, that's bad, I think. Because it's so interactive. Although, can it kill you turn 3? It's very, very rare when that happens. If it can happen. I do think it can. Sorry, I probably should have just played the Bowmaster there. So I'm going to play this Trespasser, and if they want to Unholy Heat and give me a 2-for-1, that's okay. They have to now, also because we're getting them off Delirium. So discard a basic mountain, Swift Spear gets exiled, and we keep fighting. I guess if I had Bowmaster, they would have just heated. One top, one bottom. Another Swift Spear. Yeah, I think like Ragavan into like a Johnny Guide of Souls into like Bombardment of Johnny or something, or a Bombardment Ocelot Pride might be lethal. They can without it. What is it without it? Is like Guide into a Johnny into Bombardment Pride? Is that lethal? Okay, so because they have the bauble, we will be on their upkeep poking the Swift Spear with the Bowmaster and then hoping that it dies to the other trigger. Pride into Voice of Victory into Pride Bombardment. Wow, they just don't crack their bauble. I can put this up. They might have been able to read Bowmaster, right? Because I didn't do anything. Like, it's, you know, not 100% they're ghosting, but just gonna throw it up. They, again, may not be stream sniping, but we're playing for a trophy. Let's just keep the integrity of the match together here if we can. Yeah, I did kind of telegraph it. So I'm not saying that they're ghosting, but I'm just gonna throw this up for my own protection. Yeah, I didn't know downtime was today. It's kind of ended up working out well because I started this league off 3-0. So we're playing our trophy match now, and then we're going to play some Elden Ring Night Rain after this. So hopefully they just have to attack into the Hellkite and they don't find another copy of Unholy Heat. Probably not ghosting if they attack into it. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Although it is weird, right, where they chose not to crack the bauble to play around Bowmaster and then they just attacked into it. I don't know what conclusion we're drawing from that, but it is weird that happened. They do find the other Unholy Heat, which is bad news. They keep another card on top. League entry paused. You would just take it down. Oh no, not like this. Unholy Heat, Violent Urge is the last two cards. I take 8 down to 4, and they've kept a card on top. Big draw step for me. A Chthonian Nightmare. So I could potentially go... Oh, no, they don't have it. Oh, I do have enough energy to get back my Hellkite. Okay. So I could go... Attack for 1. Bowmaster back Trespasser. Exile a creature, go to 5. And then I can sack the Trespasser and get back the Hellkite, hit a land, which also makes them shuffle their top card. And then potentially, if I get back the Trespasser next turn, I can get them off Delirium, and then potentially I can get back the Bowmaster to kill the Channeler. Although I guess this also unlocks the... Yeah, it would just be so nice if I could get them off Delirium with this, where they have 5 types. There's a mountain in the yard, actually. This is probably just a Stone Rain. No, sorry, they have 3 mountains a lot of time. Sorry. I mean, they don't get the mana, which is nice, and they shuffle the top card, which is nice. They've used 2 Unholy Heat, so it's not very likely they have another one. So we'll see about that. 1 card in their hand here. Very tense game. Great trophy match. Heart is pumping. Cool that we get a good stream on a maintenance day. So they play a Slick Shot Show Off. This is an interesting attack. I guess I must block here so that I don't die to Bolt or Dart, right? So I can still continue to play around Bolt and Dart by going get a basic basic Swamp, cast a Nightmare, cast a Seasoned Pyromancer, refill, sack the Seasoned Pyromancer to get back the Graveyard Trespasser, leave the Hellkite back to block the show off. And I don't even die to an Unholy Heat. I go to 1. They have no cards in their hand. So we need to dodge like Iteration into Unholy Heat. Or Preordain into Unholy Heat, something like that. It's kind of the only thing we died to. And they've already used 2 heats. Dodge. If they equip, it only has 4 power. This is a 4/5. Can kick the Yearling if I want to kill the show off next turn. I think we leave the Hellkite back. Likely have lethal next turn. But it gives us the GG. Still don't know how I feel about this deck. This was my first league with it. I was just 3-0 off stream. So, you know, trophied. I beat Boros. I beat Grixis Control. We beat the Mono White Path to Exile, Field of Ruin deck. I don't know if I can remember the other one. The other I remember the other deck was weird. Weird and not that good. No offense. Still pretty good look. I know I want to go like -1 Yearling for an Emperor of Bones, and I want to make one more cut for a second Emperor of Bones. Not sure.